MLB The Show has baseball coming your way from Tropicana Field here in St. Petersburg. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. Giancarlo Stanton, the American League's batting leader, steps into the box. Coming up next, Jose De Leon gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, man, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
Stepping up to the plate, Aaron Hicks. And we are ready for some daytime baseball. Here comes the first pitch. And we are underway from Tampa as the first pitch of the afternoon is taken for ball 1. And guys, the Rays, as they begin play here this afternoon, fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, Matty V, it hasn't been a very good homestand. And D-Row, through the first 5 games of this set, 1-4, that's not going to get it done at this level.
Yeah, and have lost in a variety of ways, whether it be on some bad pitching, some mistakes in the middle of the zone, untimely defense, not swinging the bats well. They have to find a way to get this one today.
Just hung in there on that one. The 1-2. Misses, ball 2. Here now the 2-2. And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. Now the 3-2 pitch. And he fouls this one off. He'll try it again, 3-2. Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. And that's in there. Base hit.
Tip your cap if you're the pitcher right there. That was a great battle. Couple of tough pitches. Offensive player able to work himself deep into the count. Pitcher on the attack. But chalk one up for the offense on that.
And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. This year against right-handed pitching, Torres brings a batting average in the low 220s to the table.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
Now a bunt attempt here. And this will work as a sacrifice as they get the out at first, but the runner moves into scoring position at second base. With that, here's a look at the Yankees starting lineup. D-Row, what's the word on this lineup as they go for the series sweep?
Well, Matt, the key for me to success for this lineup is they got to be willing to come through in big spots. They got to stick to the game plan. Somebody's going to have to get a knock with 2 outs and find a way to not leave base runners stranded.
Here's big Aaron Judge. It was a 2-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Hicks leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Boy, this is one of those tricky spots for a pitcher, right? You have an open base, but you have a guy on deck that can do a lot of damage. Not a good spot to be in if you're a pitcher right now.
Now the 2-0. He's taken strike 1.
That's an impressive pitch right there. If you're willing to throw a changeup on 2-0, that tells me that's a pitch you feel really confident with.
And it misses. 3-1 now. Don't go too far. The dangerous Giancarlo Stanton gets his shot next. Runner at second here with one man out. There's a drive high in the air and deep to left center field. Catch made out there in left center as the runner may tag from second. And he'll make it up to third on the fly ball as he's in there now with 2 away.
That was a nice job to track that one down to the alley because it definitely saved the run from scoring. Instead, he's only able to move up to third.
Giancarlo Stanton now. First pitch coming. Here it is. Squared that one up just a little late.
That fastball must have a little late life on it because that was right in the wheelhouse and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
And oh, this one's by him to the backstop. A throw to the plate, the tag, and he is out at the plate. So much for our first run of the ball game. Down in order go the Yankees. Yankees nothing. Tampa Bay coming up. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Masahiro Tanaka, the right-hander from Japan, will get the starting assignment in this one. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy's done a real good job on the year keeping the opponent's batting average down. Both righties and lefties coming into this one, hitting under 250 against this guy. He's been good all season long.
Striding in, Carlos Ojeda. They lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Second baseman, Carlos Ojeda.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Missed with a slider. Well, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here. They've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty, this team finds itself with a huge lead, double digits right now, and climbing, playing really good baseball. Some people will say, oh, you don't want to have that big a lead. You start resting on your laurels. I look at it the other way, man. You've earned the right to kind of get some guys off their feet if the manager wants to. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. This team's focused and playing really good baseball. I would not worry about it. Keep pushing the throttle.
2-1 to the Rays leadoff batter. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
The 3-1 is in there for a full count now. 3-2. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. Up with it, Perez. The throw to first is in time, 1 down. And with that, a look at the Rays lineup card in this one. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, Matt, I think the guy to watch is Matt Duffy, the Duff Man. The guy is in the middle of the lineup, and when he's in the middle, things just happen. Guys in front of him get on, he drives them in, and if not, he has the ability to get things started and set the guys up behind him. He's a force.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one. First pitch on its way. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. And set up behind the dish is Eric Summersgill as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
You know what, Dan? I'm always baffled when Eric Summersgill's behind the dish because he has a tendency to favor one side of the plate.
You know, that's one of the things I think pitchers get a little bit frustrated with the E-train at times. It's like, hey, if you're going to give me that inside quarter, give it to me, but don't keep moving the dish around on me all game.
High in the air out to center field. And Hicks will settle under this one for the second out.
Batting third, third baseman, Matt
At
Duffy.
the plate, Matt Duffy. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only one score. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Ball one. Duffy, often known as the Duff Man in baseball circles. He was taken in the 18th round during the first-year player draft of 2012.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him. I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
And that is down, as that could be two bases. And he will pull into second with a two-out double.
It's always nice to get something cooking in the first inning, even with two outs. Now your cleanup man steps to the plate and has a chance to drive in the first run of the game.
In now, Brad Miller. Lays off 1-0. In past meetings with Tanaka, comes in with 6 hits in 29 at-bats. He's also driven in 5 runs. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
Hey, I love the location right there. Maybe that extra base hit was a big wake-up call to get it going.
Duffy stands at second with 2 gone. Two balls and a strike to the Rays' first baseman. And this one is over, and he works the count back to 2-2. Here now the 2-2. In the dirt here. The next 3-2. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
Next will be the left-handed hitting Jeremy Hazelbaker. And there you see his righty-lefty splits and how they've played out so far this season. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Cut fastball taken for strike 1. 2 men are on with 2 men out. He looks like he's toying with him here. It's 0-2.
Some guys have no trouble hitting with 2 strikes, and some guys never want to get there. Let's see the approach right here. I'd like to see him shorten up a little bit, maybe choke up and try and work the ball back up the middle the other way.
Hot shot on the ground is short. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Rays strand a pair. Still no score. Into the box, Giancarlo Stanton. And what a season he's having. Entering play, leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories. First offering on its way. Giancarlo swings, and this ball is hit well into left field. And gone. An absolute bomb. A solo home run here off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. So a milestone here. And even 50 home runs on the year now as the Yankees will grab a 1-0 lead.
Oh, man, it's so rare to see a guy put up 50 dingers in a season, especially in recent years. Well, he just did, It's been incredible to watch. What a season.
The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. That batting average hovering in the high 230s, and even 20 home runs, and he's driven in 45. The windup and the 0-1. And no swing, apparently. Ball one.
That's a great job of keeping your hands back. You could tell he was totally fooled. His hip started leaking a little bit, but he was able to stay strong enough with his hands not to overcommit.
The 1-1 is looked at for ball number 2.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3. Pitch on the way. Well hit, but right into the teeth of the shift. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
All right, let's take a look at the Tampa Bay Rays on defense. And guys, what I want you to focus on today is this is one of the new age teams in the game that really rely on statistics and the numbers. And the numbers tell them that they're a better team defensively, moving guys around and shifting as much as they can.
Now at the plate, Didi Gregorius. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. First pitch coming. Here it is. This is skied into short left center. Hazelbaker's under it. 2 gone. Stepping into the box, Neil Walker. We take a look there at the difference in his numbers between June and July. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. Walker waits on the 1-0. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Walker will take the turn here and look for second now. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Let's slow this one down and take another look. Great camera angle here, looking straight down the left field line. You see him take that inside route to the ball. His hands stay back, and he goes oppo to find himself at second.
Into the box now, Jose Reyes. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He'll step in here at 275. 2 home runs and an even 20 RBIs. Line to the right side, but a little unlucky there as it's hit right to him in right field for the final out of the inning. The Yankees are off and running early thanks to the solo home run. On to the bottom of inning number 2. Now 1-0 Yanks. Stepping in, Johnny Field. He's just hoping for something to go his way in this one. And as you can see, it's not been the case of late. First pitch of the at-bat. And it's fouled away. Perez might try to make a play on it. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
Hey, I love the aggressive nature this guy's pitching with. He's got focus. He's commanding the fastball. Really being aggressive right now. A lot different than his last start where he took a loss and seemed timid and scared to attack the zone.
Grounded back up the middle. Played on the backhand. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
All right, boys, let's take a look at how the Yankees are setting up on defense today. And let's focus our attention on shortstop Didi Gregorius. Not only has this guy been knighted, yes, they call him Sir Didi back in his homeland, Curacao. He's one of the best ball players coming down the pike, starting with Andrew Jones, Xander Bogaerts, and it's Didi Gregorius this time. Hits from the left side of the plate with power and the ability to go in the hole with one of the strongest arms in the game.
First pitch on its way. Heading out towards shallow right. Judge will come in a bit and put it away for the second out of the inning.
Batting eighth, first baseman.
Former College World Series MVP Rob Refsnyder is next. Tanaka sets his sights. Here's the first pitch. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike. High in the air into shallow left center. And Stanton will put this one away, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Rays. They're down 1-0. Another beautiful day here in Central Florida, but we continue our game under the roof here at Tropicana Field. Now at the plate, Roberto Perez, as we are all set to begin the third inning in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. High in the air into shallow left center. On the move is Kiermaier. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. And with one away, time for a check of the standings in the American League East as you get a look at where these two teams find themselves entering play. Digging in to try it again, Aaron Hicks. A base hit in his first trip. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Lifted into the air to shallow center. Kiermaier giving chase. He gets there, and that's the second out.
The batter, number 25.
Striding in once again, Gleyber Torres. First delivery to him on the way. This one's flared off to the right side, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Hey, this guy's been slumping at the plate. Saw his average fall below 240 prior to this at bat. That knock had to feel good.
Next for New York, Aaron Judge. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the two-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. A slider that just grabs the outside corner. Torres, the runner at first with two gone. Back up the middle. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Standing in now, Giancarlo Stanton, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball one. Two down, runners at first and second. A ball and a strike.
He's going to step out of the box, adjust his batting gloves, and pray he gets the exact same pitch as that one. Because if it comes again, we like to refer to that one in the biz as a cement mixer.
Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike two. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike three. Yanks strand a pair, but they lead it 1-0. Leading off the inning, Devin Hicks, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Devin Hicks.
Here's the first pitch to him. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. And a fastball just a bit up. The 2-0. This one for the shortstop, Gregorius. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you can see there, he currently leads the AL in that department. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Carlos Ojeda. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat. Rolled slowly to first. Walker is there, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
Now batting, center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A tough sinker on the inside corner. Here comes the 0-1. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
Hey, that's obviously the game plan against this guy. Bury it in on his hands. He finds himself down 0-2 now. He doesn't know if he's coming back in there or going breaking stuff down the way.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. A bouncer up the middle. Oh, look at Didi. He's up with it. The throw in time. The defense on display on this beautiful diving stoppage short. More coming up under the dome in just a moment. Ready for another chance? Greg Bird. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Pulls the string on that one. 1 strike. A ball and a strike now to Bird. A ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. Hit down the line at first, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Half swing here, but it won't matter. It's strike 3 called anyway, and that's out number 1. And while we have a moment, here's a look at the Rays Road to the Show report. 2 guys there that this organization has to be happy about right now. So coming to the plate, Didi Gregorius. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. Fouled off. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball 3. Weak roller right side. And there's out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, Neil Walker.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Neil Walker will try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Almost a worm burner as he misses on a low fastball. Ball 1. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Bounce towards the second baseman. Ojeda takes it in. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Coming to the plate now, Matt Duffy set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Matt Duffy.
First offering on its way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. 0-2, here it comes. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes to Duffy.
Hey, great take on that slider away right there. But I'm thinking in that situation, that pitcher's got to execute a little bit better. That was almost a non-competitive pitch. Being outside, you could almost have let that one go right out of his hand.
Bounce it to the left side. Gregorius has it. And a good throw gets him 1 gone.
Up next for Tampa Bay, designated hitter,
So here's the cleanup hitter, Brad Miller. He drew a walk his first time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. He takes the turn and heads for second. Arms pumping. He's hustling for third. The relay, but he is in there with a triple. Digging in now, Jeremy Hazelbaker, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. He's set and the pitch. This is line to left. And that will fall in front of Stanton. It's a base hit. And the run will come in to score from third as that has knocked things up at one apiece.
Hey, we're in the middle of this one already, D-Row. They finally score a run, and they've had a tough time scoring some runs.
Yeah, after taking it on the chin yesterday, it's nice to finally break through. Maybe this gives the offense the confidence it needs.
Stepping in now, Johnny Field, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Before the 0-1, he'll check on first. And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Now a chopper to second. This will be a tough turn. And that's the second out.
Now batting, number 1.
Into the box now, number 1. Runner in scoring position with Sugan. First delivery to him on the way. Tough slider down low for a strike.
We're moving along in this one, heading into the middle innings. This guy continuing to pitch well, and one of the reasons why, first pitch strike ratio over 70% up to this point in this game.
Grounder down the line at third. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Former College World Series MVP Rob Refsnyder is next. Strike one to start the at-bat. Fouled away. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. And a big strikeout there. They'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. The sights and sounds of a day at the ballpark. Oh my goodness. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Into the box now, Jose Reyes. He'll go to work trying to do something about breaking this 1-1 tie. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a strike. Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Yeah, it really does, Matt, but this offense isn't helping him too much. It sort of feels like the next team to score is going to win this thing.
The 0-1 pitch. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Reyes playing here in his age 34 season. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike three called. One away.
Oh, man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched at the plate the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
Into the box, Roberto Perez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. The 1-0. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Number 1 onto the grass, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
Into the box now, Aaron Hicks. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. The 1-0. Is hit very well to right. This one's hammered, and it's going to go. That one is gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 9 on the year, and the Yankees take the lead. It's 2-1.
Well, he was on cruise control, just needing one more out to get out of the inning, but he came up with a plan. Base is empty. He didn't have to think about shooting one to the opposite field or shortening the swing to move the runners. He just wound up and let her rip. A solo shot is the result.
And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres, as he'll pick on the first pitch and line one back up the middle, and that's a base hit.
Loud noises right here, fellas. Hey, he's going to have to mix it up a little bit more because they are on his stuff.
Here's big Aaron Judge. And he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. There goes Torres off of first. That's a strike to throw down. Not in time as he steals second.
It was pretty obvious he would likely be on the move with 2 outs, and I'm sure the defense knew it too. But he has lightning speed and was able to take the bag anyways.
Torres at second with 2 down. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Aaron Judge. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Line towards center field. Oh, and he misses it. And that's going to plate the runner from second, as this is now a 3-1 ball game. And he will make it all the way to third now, as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Well, that's the difference between a harmless error and a costly one. With the bases empty, that doesn't hurt that much, but with a man on, that allows a run to score.
Giancarlo Stanton now. swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. A long two-run homer off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. His second of the game as they stretch the lead to 5-1. So that was the third home run for these guys today.
You know, D-Row, looks like the boys are dialing long distance from the batter's box so far.
Yeah, the pitchers aren't fooling anyone today, Dan. Let's see if this trend continues.
The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. That misses 2-0.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's throwing strikes, but he's just not throwing enough quality strikes.
2-0 count. The pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike one.
Boy, what a time to pull the string on him. On 2-0, there's no way anyone's thinking changeup, so if you can locate it, that's pretty much unhittable.
Now the 2-1. Very weakly on the ground. That's a foul ball. Here now the 2-2. Will not catch the zone. Ball 3.
Pretty easy pitch to lay off there. 2-2. Not even close to being in the strike zone. He made it easy for the hitter in that one.
And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Yankees lead it 5-1. Stepping into the box, Devin Hicks. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
0-1 the count. Line drive to left. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. He's around first, heading for 2. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. And there's probably no happier person in the ballpark. Devin Hicks has just collected his first hit in the big leagues. And as is customary, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
Yeah, good for him, and congratulations. Listen, he's worked his entire lifetime for this moment, and he's obviously trying to play it cool right now, but you can bet inside his head, he's on top of the world.
Ready once again, Carlos Ojeda. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. First pitch on its way. High in the air into shallow left center. Stanton is there, and he has it for the out. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. Digging in once again, Kevin Kiermaier. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Here's the first pitch to him. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck. Looking at his career totals, Kiermaier has a slugging percentage a little over .425, a respectable number. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Hit out towards second. And there are 2 away now.
Third baseman, number 5, Matt Duffy.
Standing in, Matt Duffy. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Tanaka pauses. Here's the first pitch. Leaves a slider right over the middle. Hicks on third with 2 out. Line down the left field line. But this is foul near the seats. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate.
1 out away from stranding that runner on third. So the
and we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1 left for Tampa. They're down here 5-1. Matt Andrees takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 35, Matt Andrews.
Stepping up now, Didi Gregorius. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Shortstop, Didi Gregorius.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. He just ramps up, and here's the fastball by him. 0-2.
It's amazing. I tell so many fans, you get in a box one time, the one pitch you're going to swing at more than any other is that elevated fastball. Your eyes light up as an offensive player, and you just cannot get to it.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
That's not an at-bat he or his hitting coach are going to be happy with at all. It's bad enough to go down on 3 pitches, but none of them were even in the strike zone. That's a bad look.
Here's Neil Walker. As he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball in for a strike.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
That's a great job of holding up right there. You have 2 strikes on you. You're trying to protect the plate. It's difficult to not get super aggressive at the plate.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
Tried to get him to bite on that curveball, but no luck. It'll be interesting to see what he goes with now with the count even at 2-2.
Great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd out.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
Standing in now, Jose Reyes.
Nope.
And he takes ball 1. The 1-0 is taken for ball 2. Three and 0 now. Roberto Perez would be next. Here it comes, the 3-0. And this one misses for ball 4. And the Yankees get a base runner here with 2 away.
Now batting, catcher, Roberto Perez.
Digging in now for the Yankees, Roberto Perez. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First delivery to him on the way. A little bouncer. We're in the 6th inning now of a 5-1 ball game. And a good call as they pitch out there, but Reyes isn't going yet. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch inside the throw. And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. Another look at the throw down that results in a 3rd out on the bases. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Brad Miller. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Right side and right into the shift. Torres has it, and that's out number 1. So this has been another fine outing for him this afternoon as we check out the league leaders in ERA. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Next will be the left-handed hitting Jeremy Hazelbaker. Singled home a run in his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Here's a strike. 1 out, nobody on. And he misses with it, 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. 1-2. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. The 2-2 one more time. Swing and a little tapper, but it gets foul. Keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Right side hit hard. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Boy, talking about making a pitcher work, D-Row. 8 pitch at bat finally leads off to a base hit.
I got to be honest with you. After the 7th pitch, you start to get in auto swing mode. He could have thrown the rosin bag and he would have took a hack at it. So hats off to him, not only battling for 8 pitches, but getting the result.
Johnny Field is in for the 3rd time as he swings and misses at that one. It's 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Hey, I'm a little shocked right there. Double play situation. He doesn't go with the sinker. He goes with the ordinary fastball in that situation.
Hazelbaker, base runner at first with 1 out. That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. There's a swing and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Number 10 for him on the year. And it's a 5-3 game now.
Yeah, and there's another reason the word around the league is this guy's a bona fide Rookie of the Year candidate. He seems to come up big, never shying away from the moment like a lot of rookies do. It's been a joy to watch him have so much success in just his first big league season.
And now, number one. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. The next 0-2. He's outside for a ball. Popped him up. Walker has a play, and that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Rob.
Former College World Series MVP Rob Refsnyder is next. He went down on strikes last time up. Here comes the first pitch. High in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Here's the 0-1. Dribbled up the line. High hop, and he barehands it. Hats off to that one. Rays get a couple as you take another look at the 2-run home run. The 9 1-2 hitters due up to start the 7th. It's now a 5-3 ball game. Back here at Tropicana Field in St. Pete. Yankees leading this one as we get ready to start the 7th. But before we do, here's a look at our game summary to this point. So striding in, Roberto Perez. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7. Pitch on the way. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Action in the Rays' pen now as they've got a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. Liner toward right center, and there's a base hit, so maybe some insurance here to lead off the 7th.
Just an unbelievable piece of hitting right there. Staying on the inner half of that baseball right there, staying to it and through it, not coming around it, and able to drive it the other way for a base hit.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Aaron Hicks. He's faced Matt Andriese previously. He's had some success, 5 for 11. 2 of those hits were for home runs.
That last at-bat, that showed me something. It's not that easy to hit a changeup over 400-plus feet out of the ballpark. So this guy gets some good extension, strong wrist, and this guy's got some terrific bat speed.
The 0-1 pitch. Line towards center field. Kiermaier is right there, 1 down.
The batter, number 25.
Striding into the box, Gleyber Torres. Couple of singles to his credit thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Comes set with the 0-1. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left. Sixth home run on the season for him, as it is now 7-3.
The right fielder, number 99,
Here's big Aaron Judge as he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. 0-1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The windup and the 0-1. And he just misses with a curveball.
Don't think for 1 second, after giving up already 1 homer, that he doesn't know where this lineup's headed. He's going to have to face the real sluggers right now, and he's going to have to execute.
And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. That's smoked, but right into the shift. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
That's the cat and mouse of the game right there. You find yourself count leverage, you think you're getting a heater, he throws an off-speed pitch and you're still able to execute, that fires me up right there.
Giancarlo Stanton will stand in again as he looks for home run number 3 in the ball game as we flash you back here to his 2nd home run. This was back in the 5th inning as he has the long ball working in his first few at-bats. Now time is barked out by the home plate umpire. Avisail Garcia will be summoned now to be the pinch runner.
number 26, Avisail Garcia.
First offering on its way. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Ref Snyder might try to make a play on it, but that's out of play off the top of the home dugout. He's ready now. The pitch. Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
In a double play situation, that's the location you want a guy to swing at. More than likely, he's going to beat it into the ground.
Off-speed pitch, and there is strike 3 called. And boy, that zone just got a bit larger. 2 away.
Well, no preferential treatment there. Sometimes we see great hitters have their calls go their way on close pitches, but not this time. I think that was actually a good take, but on 2 strikes, anything that close can go either way.
The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now. Though we've discussed his position in the batting race, we haven't seen much production today. Opposing pitching has to be credited in keeping his bat in check.
Yeah, they've definitely kept him off balance, but as hot a first half as he's had, it only takes 1 pitch over the heart of the plate for him to get right back on that wagon again.
Count even now at 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
All right, let's take a step back right here. He's down 1-2, 3 fastballs in a row. There is no way he's throwing him a 4th.
Great changeup there in the dirt for the 3rd strike. And the throw to first ends the inning. Yankees get a couple on the two-run home run. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. Get up and stretch. It's the Yankees 7 and the Rays 3. Avisail Garcia will stick around as he'll take over in right field.
Now playing right field, number 26.
Chasen Shreve gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Chasen Shreve.
Leading off the inning, Devin Hicks, and they'll need him to get something going here.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Jacoby Ellsbury is into the ball game now as he'll take over out in left field.
Number 22, Jacoby Ellsbury.
From the stretch. And that one just missed outside. Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. Into the corner and slicing foul. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Anytime you get rookies just breaking into the big leagues, you have to expect a certain amount of this. There aren't any easy at-bats at this level, and you really have to learn how to slow the game down in your head because everything feels like it's so much faster up here.
Stepping in now, Carlos Ojeda, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. It could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. The 0-1 on its way. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Line drive to center field, and that'll make him 1 for 4 in this one.
That's got to be frustrating for the pitcher right there. He's well aware of who's having great seasons and who's having the tough seasons at the plate for the opposition. This guy put him in the tough season bucket, and he just gave up a knock to it.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Now the 1-0. Popped him up. Under it, Gregorius, and that's out number 2.
Up next for Tampa Bay,
now in the box, Matt Duffy. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
First delivery to him on the way. Missed with a slider. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss. The 1-2. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one.
I don't think he's going to triple up on changeup right there. He seemed to have gotten the timing down on that second one.
And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. Rays strand just the one. They're down 4. It's 7-3. Jose Alvarado has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Jose Alvarado.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Didi Gregorius. No hits in 3 tries so far. He struck out once. He's set. Here it comes. Popped him up. Number 1 backs up a bit, and he takes charge for the first out.
Up next for the Yankees, first baseman, Neil Walker.
Ready for another shot now. Neil Walker. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. A curveball that catches the inside corner. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Kiermaier will range to his left and put it away. 2 down. Now batting, Jose Reyes. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he fouls this one off. Two out, nobody on. High in the air down the right field line. Field on the move. Into the corner. He makes the catch to end the inning. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. But they lead it by 4. It's 7-3. Chad Green is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 57, Chad Green.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Brad Miller. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far.
Hitter, Brad Miller.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike.
Not a bad idea right there. Make this guy work and see if he can throw the ball over the plate. Throws the first pitch for a strike. They need to get some runners on base, and not a bad plan. Unfortunately, the pitcher came in with a strike on the first pitch.
Shot fouled over towards the coaching box. Left side, but well fouled. The next 0-2. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and have backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
First offering on its way. And this is low, ball 1. Line drive to center field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, number 10.
Digging in and looking for more, Johnny Field. And they're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got a significant hill to climb, but they've got to take it one bat at a time. A couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
Ball 1. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A ball and 2 strikes now. And the cutter got him swinging. Strike 3, and the side is retired. Rays go in order. 1, 2, 3. Deficit holds at 4. It's 7-3. Sergio Romo
enters the game from the pen, and because this is a non-save situation, it's evident that they're just trying to get him some work after having not thrown in several days.
Yeah, and this is all about just getting him some work, guys. He hasn't had a chance to come in and close the game out for several days now, so they're just hoping they can keep him sharp and give him the chance to pitch in a real game situation here.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Kiermaier's got a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning. Digging in, the switch hitter, Aaron Hicks. He went deep back in the 5th. First pitch on its way. Takes a knee-high fastball. The 0-1 on its way. Ball chopped foul here at the plate, and he's behind 0-2. Here it comes, 0-2. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
And this guy loves to throw the slider, and it's a very effective pitch for him. But here's the flip side of that coin. He starts this one too far inside and points the hitter.
And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. Trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far.
And hey, it was a breaking ball to boot. This guy's a pretty good off-speed hitter. You could tell by that last at-bat, he wasn't fooled at all. He sat back, waited, got the breaking ball, and didn't miss it.
He's set, and the pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
Hey, I get it. You're all in fastball. You're pulling the trigger at almost anything. That is way too high. He's going to have to lower his sights.
Hicks stands at first with 1 out. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Pretty late with the swing there. As a pitcher, you have to recognize that and keep coming in with the hard stuff until he proves he can hit it.
That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. In time as he just gets the tag down. So they breeze through this half of the inning. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Yankees 7 and the Rays 3. striding in to start the ninth, number 1, and they'll need him to get something going here.
The shortstop, number 1.
And now a pitch on the way. Hit down the third base line, but this is foul for the first strike. Hit out towards second. Backhanded. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
First baseman, number 8, Rob Refsnyder.
Up next for the Rays, Rob Refsnyder. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning.
The catcher, number 9, Devin Hicks.
Settling in now, Devin Hicks. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the ninth. First pitch coming. Here it is. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Swing, high drive, left field and deep. And he just couldn't keep that ball fair as it winds up a long foul ball. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the spot right there for an 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider in the dirt, especially with the bases empty.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, these guys feel pretty good about themselves, and they should. Anytime you can come into somebody else's ballpark and sweep a 3-game tilt, you're doing something right. Great team effort.
And this afternoon's game ends 7-3. New York used a nice 5th inning to take the lead, and they never gave it back. Masahiro Tanaka wins for the league best 15th time. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Yankees, 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Rays, 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 18 minutes. Again, we remind you for your next trip to Tropicana Beach that all vehicles with 4 or more passengers receive free parking all season long. Also, a reminder that extra PSTA buses for routes 18, 32, and 74 can be picked up outside the stadium.